In this tutorial, we are going to learn about mail merges, and we're going to learn to use the mail merge feature when preparing a document given a particular situation or for particular situations. So the first thing of note here is that mail merge refers to creation of a batch of personalized letters for each recipient. When we talk about a mail merge, we look at two main parts, which would be the main document and the data source. So each mail merge consists of two main parts. The mail merge, which refers to the merging of two or more letters containing both general and specific information into one document, has as its main document a document containing the general information, and within that document space is left for specific information to be inserted. This information that is going to be inserted is referred to as a field or fields, and in the mail merge, the fields come from a document known as the data source, which is the database that contains the information with regard to the specific fields that have to be inserted or merged into the final document. So the main document is like a template, and the data source document gives us the information to personalize those letters for each recipient. So let's see how this works. In order to start our mail merge, we go to our Mailings tab, and we are interested in these two items on the ribbon, which is Start Mail Merge and Select Recipients. Start Mail Merge will allow us to use letters, email addresses, envelopes, labels, and a directory for the primary or a normal Word document for the primary data for the primary document. We also have access to create a step-by-step mail merge using the wizard. Select Recipients give us the options to type a new list, use an existing list, or choose from Outlook contacts. So the recipients are going to come from our data source document, and starting the mail merge will allow us to prepare our primary document. So let's click on Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard, and we can see here the types of documents that can be merged. And the first item is what type of document are you working on? And you can see in the on-screen area, I am currently working on a letter. When we click each of the options, we are given some information on how this is used in the mail merge. So creating a letter allows us to send letters to a group of people, and we are told you can personalize the letter that each person receives. Click Next to continue. This is step 1 of 6. We're going into Next. Step 2 of 6, which is the next step, allows us to use the current document, start from a template, or start from existing document to work on our primary document. Use the current document says start from the document shown here and use the mail merge wizard to add recipient information. We can select start from a template, where we can use a ready-made template, and start from existing document, which will allow us to import a document that we have already saved on our hard drive or secondary storage device, and just select open. For this tutorial, we are going to use the current document. The next step is select recipients. In much the same way, select recipients allows us to use an existing list, select from Outlook contacts, or type a new list. In order to type a new list, when we click on Type New List and click Create, it will take us to the database where we are going to type in the information for our primary to be merged with our primary document. Before we move on to that step, let's just examine the document that we have on screen, which will be used as our primary document. In this case, we will identify where we want our merged information to go. So there and here we'll put in the name of the personalized recipient for each letter. You have just one, and we're going to indicate the number of the prize. Your prize is, we are going to indicate there what the prize is, and you are asked to contact the name of the contact person at and the location. So here we can see that 5 bits of information have to be entered into this mail merge, right? So we're going to look at how is this information entered, the database for creating this information, and the fields that are going to be used for the bits of information. Remember, our data source would be in the form of a database. Therefore, a field is a data structure for a single piece of data within the database. A collection of fields or the organization of fields is referred to as a record. When we click Create and go to create our database, we are exposed to the window which allows us to add the recipient's information, and here we have some preset columns, and each column title will be a field, and we can add a new entry, find entries that were added, delete an entry, customize columns. In this case, the first thing we want to do is customize columns. So let's customize these columns to suit our needs. We would like title, first name, last name. We do not need a field name for company name. We delete and click yes. We do not need a field name for address, line 1. However, we can rename that to suit our purpose. And in this case, we're going to rename our field name as prize, because that was one of the areas where we had to enter our data. Using the process outlined, these field names were customized to suit our primary document. We have title, first name, last name, prize, winnings, contact, and phone number. Let's click OK. Now this takes us to our data source document, which has to be populated. So we're going to add some data, and you can use your tab key to move throughout the table and just add each, complete or fill in each entry. And let's just increase the size of this column so we can see clearly. And hit tab or click new entry to add our new entry. Once you have completed entering the data into your data fields table, so here we have title, first name, last name, prize, winnings, contact, phone number, and it's populated. You click OK, and there you have created your database and you give it a name. Here we've named it New Merge Data. Click Save. Okay, and let's move on to step number 3. As part of step number 3, we have to insert the fields that we would like to appear in our letter in the primary document, which is the letter. So in this pane, they are asking us to insert our fields. We click more items, and here we would like where the cursor is after there, we click more items, and you can see the database that we created comes up. So we click title, insert, and what should be noted here is that the fields appear with a chevron pattern around them, and that's how you know what part of your primary document represents a field. We put a space because we would like a space between the title of the person's name and their first name. We add another space, title of, insert the last name. So in this line, the title, first name, and last name of each recipient is going to be entered into our primary document as a field, and then when merged, it will appear as a personalized document for that person. So I'm going to add the remaining field names where they are supposed to go and return. Looking at our primary document now, we have an idea of where our information or where our fields would be in this document. So we have title, first name, last name. We have another field for prize, number, example, first prize, second prize, etc. Your prize is to insert what the person has won. The person who is asked to be contacted, and their phone number. Let's move on to step 4, which is next, preview your letters. So we can scroll through to preview each letter. Notice that letter number 1, dear Mr. Simon Peters. Letter number 2, in the salutation area, dear Miss Patty Smith. Letter number 3, dear Mrs. Jane Solomon. Letter number 4, dear Mr. Anil Mohammed. And letter number 4. Okay, so we only have 4 letters. And in each letter, we can see how it has been personalized. Mr. Simon Peters' letter says he has won first prize. His prize is a tablet, and his contact. Let's look at recipient number 2. Miss Patty Smith won second prize. Her prize is different. Her contact person as well as the contact person's information is different. Number 3, Mrs. Jane Solomon. Her prize is different as well. The contact person details are different, and Mr. Anil Mohammed's prize, his winnings, the contact person, and the person's number is also different. So by the click of a button, each primary document was merged with each data source to give us the set of recipients with a personalized letter for each recipient. Step 5 is next, complete the mail merge. And here we can see that we have the mail merge where we can print or edit individual letters. And if we click all, we are able to view all our letters that particular mail merge. The last point of note is, remember that you must now save this new merged document as a new name. So we can save this document. In this case, I'm going to save it as merged letters and click